secretly, I hope I have that bruise for the rest of my life. And we go to Lollapalooza, and we pitch my tent. And Britt is so drunk that when she wakes up the next morning, she is still drunk. And no matter how much doobie I smoke, I'm having trouble keeping up. And maybe it's because Britt's so skinny, but she seems to cop a buzz without drinking for hours, like maybe she's getting a contact high from my secondhand smoke. Our whole Lollapalooza is like the kind of beautiful classic romance that you would pay to jerk off to on the internet. But it's happening to me. And we're dating for 6 months, all the way through Christmas, through Britt moving her stuff into my apartment, and I keep expecting Britt to wake up sober one morning. And she still hasn't. We go to eat Thanksgiving at my mom's place, and I have to explain. It's not that Britt is a finicky eater, but the reason she's so skinny is she only likes to eat a zucchini squash cut in half lengthwise and hollowed down the middle to make a miniature Iroquois dugout canoe with knife scratches on the outside to look like Indian writing. And a whole tribe of little braves carved out a raw carrot, but with green peas for their heads, lined up and rowing the war canoe across a dinner plate covered with a thick layer of chocolate syrup. And you'd be surprised how many restaurants don't have that on their regular menus. So most days, Britt has to make it herself, and that takes half a day. And then she has to play with it on the living room carpet for another hour. And that's why she never gains an ounce. And my mom is just stoked to see me dating again. And nothing you can smoke or shoot will ever get you as high as you will feel walking down the street holding hands with a supermodel, total stone-cold fox like my Britt. Guys driving down the street in their Ferrari Testarossa, guys with the six-pack abs or the steroid pecs. For the first time in my life, they have nothing over me. I'm walking down the street with Brittany, and she is the prize that every guy is trying so fucking hard to win. And the only buzzkill is how every Romeo comes to sniff a circle around her, trying to grab her in an eye lock and giving her tits his best Pepsodent smile. And this one time, riding on the bus, a pack of these Romeos stand themselves around where Britt and I are sitting in the back of the bus. Britt likes to sit on the aisle right over the back wheel so she can see to punch me first when there's a Volkswagen. And this one big Romeo comes to stand with his crotch situated at her eye level. And when the bus hits a pothole, maybe his hip brushes against her shoulder until Britt looks up at him. And talking around her fingers in her mouth, Brittany says, "Hello, big boy." And that's just how Brittany can be. Friendly. And she winks and waves her wet fingers for the Romeo to lean down. And he looks around to make sure his competition is clocking his good luck. And this Romeo squats down to Britt's eye level, his face all bedroom smirk. And maybe because she's trying to make me jealous, Britt says to this Romeo, her smoking hot green eyes look at him, and she says, "You want to see a magic trick?" And all the other Romeos perk up with their looks that prove that they're all listening. And Britt takes her fingers out of her mouth, and she slides her wet fingers down inside the front of her pants, grinding her fingers around inside the skin-tight crotch of her jeans. And the back half of our bus gets so quiet with their watching her fingers wrestle behind her stone-washed denim zipper. And you can see these Romeos swallow the Adam's apples going up and down with all their extra spit and their eyes bulging like horny boners. And as fast as clobbering a slug bug, Brittany yanks something out of her pants and she yells, "Magic trick!" She swings this thing, shouting, "Puppet show!" And swinging from her hand is something on a little string. It's like a tea bag, only bigger. No, it's more like a hot dog bun, but smeared with ketchup and swinging on a little string. And Brittany screams, "Puppet show! Magic trick!" And she smacks it across the cheek of this Romeo. Across the cheek of this Romeo, still squatting down next to her seat. And Brittany chases after him, yelling and slapping his leather jacket with streaks of red. And the other Romeos, not looking at her on purpose now, fixing their faces to stare down at their shoes or look out a window. She's swinging her little string to smack them upside their heads with red smears, the whole time squealing, "Puppet show! Magic trick!" laughing, "Ha ha ha ha!" Shouting, "Puppet show! Magic trick!" The bus is ding, ding, dinging for the next stop. And like 100 passengers get off at the 7-Eleven. Pushing and stampeding like they all have to suddenly buy Slurpees. And I'm yelling after them, "It's okay, everybody." I'm yelling out the bus window, waving to get their attention. She's a performance artist. I'm yelling, she doesn't mean anything by it, it's just some kind of political gender politics statement deal. Even as the bus pulls away with just the two of us left on board, I'm yelling, "She's just a free spirit!" As Britt goes up the aisle and starts flogging the driver with her tea bag. And one night I come home from work, and Britt's naked, and she's standing sideways to the bathroom mirror, holding her belly in both hands. And since we met on the train, she's gained a little weight, but it's nothing that a couple weeks of pineapple and vinegar won't fix. And Brittany takes my hand, she holds my fingers spread against her belly, and she says, "Feel." She says, "I think I ate a baby." And she looks at me like a puppy dog with her green eyes, and I ask if she wants me to go with her to the clinic and take care of it. She nods her head, yes. So we go on my day off, and there's that usual Sunday school teachers blocking the sidewalk, and they hold a garbage bag full of nothing but broken apart plastic baby doll arms and heads mixed together with ketchup. And Brittany doesn't hesitate. She reaches into their bag and she takes out a leg and she licks it clean like a French fry. And that's how cool my beautiful girlfriend is. And I open a National Geographic magazine while the nurse asks her if she's eaten anything today, and Britt says she ate a whole canoe full of Iroquois warriors the day before. But no, she hasn't eaten anything today. And I haven't finished reading this one article about ancient Egyptian mummies before there's a scream. And Brittany comes running out of the back, still wearing a paper dress and bare feet, like this is a big deal, like maybe she's never had an abortion before. Because she runs barefoot all the way back to my apartment. And to make her stop